Have you ever felt your ears get tired after listening to music for a while? Not just loudness, but actual fatigue. Imagine trying to watch a movie where all the words are muted. That's what your brain experiences with compressed audio. Ear fatigue isn't just about hearing loss or discomfort. It's a cognitive phenomenon where prolonged listening to certain audio formats, especially compressed one, lead to mental exhaustion. This isn't just about volume, like when you are tired after being at a metal concert. It's about how the brain processes sound. Let's go a bit deeper about how MP3 compression really works. When music is recorded, it's usually stored in raw PCM data. Basically, every single sample of the sound wave. A 3-minute song in CD quality can be over 30 or 40 megabytes. So we have to shrink it to send it over the internet. MP3 shrinks that down to a few megabytes. But how? By throwing information away in a very strategic way, actually. First, the signal is chopped into tiny frames, usually around 20 to 40 milliseconds long. Each frame is then converted from the time domain to the frequency domain using a mathematical function called Fourier transform. That gives the encoder a detailed map of which frequencies are present at each moment, a spectrum of frequencies. Then, the encoder applies a psychoacoustic model. That's a model of how a human being works. For example, masking effects. If a very loud sound is present, softer sounds at nearby frequencies become inaudible. So the encoder removes them. Then there is the threshold of hearing. So very high or very low frequencies that are beyond our perception can be reduced or discarded. Take, for example, in MP3s from 16 kHz to higher frequencies. Then there is the final masking, the temporal masking. And if a loud sound occurs, softer sounds just before or after the louder sounds are masked out and deleted from the final audio. The remaining frequencies are then represented with fewer bits, essentially lowering the precision. So more bits go to important sounds and fewer bits are used to mask out sounds or less noticeable ones. This is where audio details like reverbs, microdynamics, and harmonics start to disappear. Finally, the data is packed using Huffman coding, which is a form of lossless compression applied on top of the psychoacoustic cuts. This step doesn't quite throw away any of the sound. It just makes the sound file a little bit smaller. The end result is a file that's 1/10 of the input audio file, but with missing parts on the audio spectrum, for example, micro details and reverb. To our ears, it still sounds the same, but it's our brain that is processing it. Now let's compare compressed formats to lossless. Imagine a cake and assume it represents the real lossless audio. MP3 audio is the same cake where some sprinkles and frosting is missing. It still tastes okay, but it's not complete. It's not the same of the entire cake or the lossless audio. Your brain gets a partial treat and it has to reconstruct the full structure of the audio. Now, how can we overcome this compression problem? You don't always need a wired connection to enjoy lossless audio. Modern technology offers several options that can or cannot affect audio quality and ear fatigue. Take, for example, classic earbuds. They come in every way with Bluetooth inside, and they usually have limited frequency range and lower fidelity. When listening to compressed audio, the missing micro details make the brain work harder, causing fatigue. Then there is the top of the line. IEMs in-ear monitors are often used by audiophiles and musicians. They provide excellent isolation and a wide frequency range, and accurate sound reproduction. They can minimize ear fatigue because your brain receives more of the original information without having to reconstruct missing details. Then there is the middle solution, the LDAC-enabled earbuds, for example the Soundpeace TrueCapsule 3 Pro Plus that I already talked about for the MEMS inside of them. LDAC is a high-resolution wireless codec developed by Sony that can transmit audio at up to 990 kilobits per second, far higher than standard Bluetooth codecs like SBC or AAC. This allows earbuds to play near lossless audio from streaming services and local files. In short, if you care about long listening sessions without ear fatigue, high-quality IEMs or LDAC-enabled earbuds are the best options. Classic earbuds are convenient, but make the brain work harder. Studies show how this isn't just a feeling. A 2022 Apple study found that poor audio quality makes the brain work about 35% harder, and not only with compressed formats, but even with white noise on the background. And similarly, research in Ear and Hearing 2017 revealed that prolonged listening to incomplete audio signal triggers neural patterns associated with cognitive fatigue, for example, compressed music. So next time your ears start to feel tired, it might not be just for the volume. It could be for the brain that is struggling to keep up with the compressed music. High-quality audio formats and IEMs can make a real difference to reduce that problem. Personally, I noticed this after about half an hour. When I listen to Spotify in Italy, we don't have lossless audio, my ears start to feel heavy, like I wanna break. But on lossless services like Tidal Hi-Fi or Apple Music Lossless, or when using LDAC earbuds like this one, I can listen much longer without that sensation. Try it for yourself. Pick one track with wired earbuds, listen it in MP3 and then in FLAC. Then don't just pay attention on the music and on the volume. Pay attention on what you are feeling in that precise moment. To conclude, ear fatigue isn't just about volume, it's about the quality of the audio format. Compressed music forces your brain to do the work that cheap headphones don't do, while lossless formats lets you just enjoy the sound naturally. And if you care about long listening sessions or just want music to feel more natural, do yourself a favor and try lossless formats, even over Bluetooth with LDAC-enabled earbuds or high-quality IEMs. As always, I'm Ale, and this was Tech by AF. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. And if you want more tips on audio and tech, make sure to subscribe down here. And this was all, and I'll see you in the next one.